on boxing, and I'm back with another video. So today I've been thinking about the topic of Undisputed. You know, undisputed champion, the real champion, the only champion. Like, it's no doubt in anyone's mind who runs that particular weight class. Now, a couple of my favorite weight classes are welterweight, super welterweight / junior middleweight, light heavyweight. Well, not so much that Andre Ward retired, but recently light heavyweight and heavyweight. But my number one is welterweight, so I'm going to focus on welterweight right now. Now, nearly at some point, I've definitely heard majority of the guys in the welterweight division mention that they want to be undisputed. Some guys, I believe them, and some guys I simply don't. You know, my guy Earl Spence, I truly believe he wants to be undisputed. But in order to be undisputed, it takes the other champions or the other title holders' cooperation. Now, it would be great. It would be so great if the sanctioning bodies mandated every 18 months that all of the title holders enter into some type of tournament. And they structure this thing to make sense, and they structure it in a way that fits the current state of boxing. So if all 4 of the major belts are scattered around with 4 fighters, then simple. You have some type of Final Four tournament, WBC versus IBF, and WBA versus WBO. And then the winner of those 2 fights, they become unified, of course, and then they fight in a unification bout. Simple. Every 18 months. It should definitely be mandated. Now, if you're in a position like now, you have a Keith Thurman that has the WBC and the WBA, and then you have Jeff Horn with the WBO and Earl Spence with the IBF. Then you either go to who is the number 1 ranked guy in the division that doesn't currently hold a title, and you put him against the guy that's unified. So some people would like to believe the number 1 guy is Shawn Porter. Me personally, I believe that. I don't think Earl Spence mandatory is better than Shawn Porter. I don't think Jeff Horn's mandatory is better than Shawn Porter. And Lamont Peterson recently vacated his spot, so I'll give it to Shawn Porter. Even if it's not Shawn Porter, if a guy like Terrence Crawford was to move up, I will put him in that spot. It will make boxing a lot more meaningful, and boxing will be a lot more respected in the sports world. Like every single year in football, basketball, baseball, tennis, soccer, track and field, like whatever sport, they figure out who's the best that year or that particular season. Boxing is the only sport that you can go damn near a decade, if not more, not knowing who's the best in boxing or who's the best in the division. It will be great if all of the fans can get on board, write to these sanctioning bodies, create videos for these sanctioning bodies, and create this damn undisputed tournament. Like, you can even make it a lot bigger. Like, okay, you have these guys fighting every 18 months in this tournament, but even leading up to the 18 months, you can have the top 4 mandatories face each other to earn their spot. You don't have to give it to just the number 1 guy. But you know how boxing works. They want to make it all about politics. But even if you cut that out, you know, guys like, I wish Al Heyman would definitely take this type of thing into consideration. Because guys like Keith Thurman, he's really pissing me off. telling people that, oh, they need to make themselves relevant, but you want to take these tune-up fights. Like, I get it. You were hurt, you were injured. Makes sense. But you're completely contradicting yourself the moment you say some shit like, oh yeah, this guy that was undisputed in the weight class below me, an accomplishment that I've never achieved. Oh yeah, he's not relevant in my division. But yeah, I'm about to come back and possibly fade Jesse Vargas. Like, Terrence Crawford would beat the shit out of Jesse Vargas. And we all know it. So everyone needs to get on board. See if we can make this happen. See if we can make boxing as mainstream as all of the other sports. A sport that can be respected because we know who the best is. Casual fans, they know who the best is. But until we all get on the same page and we force these guys to put themselves in these fights and we force the promoters, it's just not going to happen. But once again, every 18 months, an undisputed tournament. It doesn't get any better than that. To the next time, I'm Nino Brown Boxing. Oh yeah, shout out to the LDBC. Peace.